So in most gun training I've been to, you know, there's lines on the ground, and the instructor says, go to the 3, go to the 5, and then he tells you how many rounds to shoot from there.
Mountain Man Medical has name brand proven trauma medical supplies with a price match guarantee to ensure you get the right gear at the right price. Check them out at get-asp.com/mountainman.
You know, shooting test, police qualification, the same way. From the 3-yard line, draw and shoot 3 shots in 9 seconds, you know, whatever. So you're told where to shoot from and how many rounds. Is that a gunfight? You got to decide where to shoot from. And that's going to get into the fade-back drill, which we're talking later. You have to decide. The instructor says stand on the 15 and shoot 5 rounds. Even if I can't keep my wobble in there, I'm going to shoot the rounds, because if I don't shoot the 3, that's 3 like minus 30. But if I try it and I get, you know, hit some margins, I at least get some kind of score. And again, it's a paper target with a dirt wall behind it. In a real shooting, you have to decide from where to shoot. If you see the active shooter and positively identify the shooter, maybe you don't need to be slinging rounds at him from where you are. You might need to get closer. So you have to decide that. So you hear the shooting, you hear, now remember Gina saw him. What did she say? When she heard the first pop, she thought he was already in the building. And then she saw him come into the building. So you don't know how far away he is, especially outside, even inside. Sounds ricochet, you don't know what direction they're coming from. So you hear popping and you think that's him, and you start going and you hear the popping around that corner. And you round that corner. Do you know how far away he's going to be when you encounter him? Might be 3 yards, might be 30. So that's, we get on this artificially of shooting on a range with lines. I've never seen an active shooter event where there were lines. And even if you could get it there, you'd have to get the active shooter to stand on the 0 to take advantage of it, and that just doesn't happen. So what we need to do is to make an assessment off of, can I guarantee my hit, not based off of what yard line I'm standing on, but how well does my wobble stay within the area that I want to hit? Our wobble should be the same, our sight should be the same if we always hold them in the same distance from our eyes. What'll be different is the acceptable size of the target. Now here, today, this target's always going to be the same, so it'll always be an 8-inch circle facing you. And I'm a fairly big guy, broaded this way, but what if you encountered me like this? Yeah, that'd be a little different. So you got to make that judgment, and it could be that you make the judgment. How many of y'all remember the mirrors? Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear. Where I grew up, it's all woods, heavy woods, mostly pine. And when I grew up hunting, almost everybody that hunted where we hunted used buckshot, because you were shooting in woods. You weren't getting a 500-yard shot in an open field. And every year, how far is buckshot effective on a deer? We didn't have 3-inch magnums back when I was. So yeah, so every year somebody would shoot, and I can't believe I didn't hit him. I can't believe I didn't hit him. How close was he? Oh man, not even 30 yards. Is that your empty hull? Yep. And we'd step it off to the deer tracks, 128 yards. No, man, that guy. So the buckshot may have hit him, but it bounced off. So under that kind of stress, you may think he's closer than he is. So it's possible you could go, I'm within my distance, put your gun up, and your wobble goes, no, you're not. We're not looking for a wobble that occasionally swings through the target area. We're looking for a wobble that stays in the area. So what we're going to do, because you don't know how far you're going to be when you see him and encounter him, we're going to shoot at the dot, the head, and the chest. From the ready, I will tell you to give me one guaranteed hit in one of those 3 by saying chest, head, or dot. Okay. From the ready, how quickly can you guarantee me a hit in the 8-inch chest? Pretty quick, because you'd have to have palsy or Parkinson's. Even with a bad wobble, your sights don't have to be near perfect. Your trigger press can be sloppy, and you can give me a hit in that big thing. What about the head? Not as fast, right? Because that's half the size, so you got to be a little more precise on that. And then what about this guy? That's a precision shot even from the 3, which means that's going to be a precision shot from the 15, right? So that's all we're doing, is getting used to how quick we can not shoot at it, but get a guaranteed hit. So a lot of people screw this up because we got ego out here and we're all gun guys. We want to get the first shot off. You don't impress me about how quick you can get a shot. You impress me by the hits. I don't care if you're the 6th out of the 7 people out here to get a shot off, as long as it's a hit in that area. All right, so from 3, which is right here. Again, one guaranteed hit in whichever area I tell you, and that'll either be chest, head, or dot. Go ahead and draw to the ready. Make sure your gun's happy. It should have been before you put it back in, so that shouldn't be a problem. From the ready, one guaranteed hit in the head.